Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ann Beverly. I own Bluebird Counseling Center in McLean, Virginia. And today I wanted to talk to you about all the different types of mental health clinicians, because one question I get all the time is, what's the difference between a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist? So let's break it all down for you. Whether you are somebody who is looking to receive mental health services or looking to become a provider, this can be really helpful in just knowing what all your options are. So if you think about sort of, like the Mac Daddies of the psychology world, many people would say that they are psychiatrists. Psychiatrists are people that have gone to med school, so they are full doctors who have special training in mental disorders. They see a lot of severe mental illness, but it used to be that they would talk to clients a whole bunch, but that's generally not how it is now. They see clients anywhere from 7 to 20 minutes generally, and they're pretty much there to prescribe medication, to hear about how it's going on the medication, talk about side effects, talk about drug interactions, for refills, that kind of thing. So generally they don't see clients to do any kind of talk therapy. They are there pretty much exclusively nowadays for the medication side of things. So if you're somebody who thinks that you would benefit from some kind of antidepressant or Wellbutrin or whatever you think you might want to start, a psychiatrist is somebody that you would need to see. You can also see your general doctor for some types of medications, but typically the the stronger medications, they would want you to see a psychiatrist for that. All right, so kind of underneath that are psychologists. Psychologists have a PhD or a PsyD. A PsyD is a doctorate in psychology. So they generally have, an undergrad degree from college, then a master's degree, and then they've gone on to a doctorate. So they just have a little bit more specialized training. They typically do the same things that a therapist, a counselor, all the other ones that we're going to talk about. They do a lot of talk therapy, but they can do more assessments. So they would do more tests. Like if you think that you have ADHD and you want to get tested for that, or you want some kind of testing for school done, they would be somebody that would be really highly qualified to give those kind of assessments. So they generally charge a little bit more than a typical therapist, counselor, and you're paying for just a higher degree, basically. So underneath them, I would say that the next echelon is where I am. I'm on the track to be an LPC, a licensed professional counselor. Along those same lines, we have social workers and we have marriage and family therapists. Different states have different acronyms for what those things are called. So I know that some have a mental health counselor, that's a thing, kind of out in the Midwest. I know California has a lot of different kinds of acronyms for different, a licensed marriage and family therapist. In Virginia, that would just be called an MFT, a marriage and family therapist, the licensure is implied. So anyway, they're people that do regular, run-of-the-mill 50 to 55 minute sessions once a week is generally what we do. We see about 20-ish clients a week, depending on your situation. We would see kind of whoever walks through the door. We see couples, we see individuals, we see children, we see all kinds of stuff. And we can do some assessments, but not all, because some assessments require that you have a doctorate degree in order to perform them. So we do a lot of talking, which is great. That's what I love to do, and that's why I'm becoming an LPC. Also, a different kind of provider might be a psychiatric nurse. You might see psychiatric nurses in private practice, but generally they work in like mental health centers, agencies, mental hospitals, that kind of thing. So psychiatric nurse is definitely, we're all reimbursable by insurance. So I don't know, some people prefer to see somebody who has a little bit more medical training but is not a full-fledged psychiatrist, because again, they're not really going to do the talk therapy. And then sort of underneath that, I know this term life coach has been coming around, and I know it's like a totally legit thing, and some have even, credentialing institutions that will give out like a certified life coach thing. You do not need any credentials at all to become a life coach. So if you're seeing somebody who is a life coach, they have not had any training, they've not had to go through anything. Like, I can say I'm a life coach today. I could be like, I'm a life coach. Just by saying it, that makes it so, because there's no governing body who is regulating anything for any kind of coach. So if you see a wellness coach, a nutrition coach, any kind of coach, anybody can call themselves a coach. Not everybody can call themselves a counselor. So if they're using the term counselor and they're not credentialed with the state, they can get in a lot of trouble. So people that can't call themselves a therapist or a social worker or a counselor, they're calling themselves a coach. And again, there's nothing that prevents anybody from calling themselves a coach. My dog could be a coach. Like, anybody could be a coach. So I just want to let you know that if you're signed up with a coach and you're paying them money for psychiatric advice, or you're, trusting them with all of your secrets or whatever, and they're helping you, great. Like, God bless. Whatever helps you, fine. But they are not held to the same standard as somebody who's had to work for a master's degree in the mental health field. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that if you like the content, you will like and subscribe. Check back every Wednesday afternoon for more videos about mental health and wellness. Thanks.